women do not date out of their race enough, and God, please release my sisters from the shackle of only dating black men. I feel like it's time for us to explore our options. It's way more of life to see, way more experiences to have.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as per the title guys, you can see in today's video we're going to be talking about this beautiful woman that you're viewing here on your screen, because this woman decided it was a good idea for her to spend her money trying to uplift her cheating ass boyfriend. And yeah, she didn't say he was cheating, but I can assure you guys he was, because let's be honest guys, these male can only be who they are. And I truly feel like because women oftentimes do these type of stuff here, this is why these male forever are going to continue to live within their feminine energy, which I also think is quite interesting, because we already know these male are usually out here on social media crying, talking about how they want time to go back when women were traditional, when women were submissive, when women will listen to what their men have to say and not be combative. I think it is quite interesting that these male are usually out here crying, saying that they want traditional women back, when these male know absolutely nothing about being a traditional man. Because if they did, do you think they will be out here asking for a woman to be 50-50 in a relationship? Do you think, like in this lady's situation, she's gonna explain to y'all how this male had the audacity to ask her, what did you ever do for me in a relationship? Nonetheless, guys, check out what this lady had to say about her spending $8,000 on this sorry male, only for him later to ask her, what have you ever done for me? The audacity of these Negroes. Guys, check out this clip, see what she had to say, and then we will come back with more.
Put a finger down if you spend almost $8,000 on a surprise trip to Bahamas for your now ex-boyfriend because you wanted to show appreciation to him, because you felt like he was a pretty good boyfriend for that year, and also because you wanted to lift up his spirits because business wasn't really doing that well, and you wanted to show him a pretty good time. Now, even though you've been to Bahamas before, it didn't matter to you because this trip was not about you. This trip was specifically about him, bringing up his spirits and making sure that he has a good time. So you plan this out for 2 months and you tell him that you're going to AT for an influencer trip and you want him to come with you. So of course he agrees to come, and the day of the trip you surprise him with the trip with the index card challenge. So keep in mind, he has no idea where he's going. You paid and booked for everything, and you specifically picked Bahamas because when you guys first started talking, he told you he always wanted to go to Bahamas. So as you're revealing each index card to him, it's just making you happy because you're seeing his eyes light up, and it's just making you really joyful because you just feel like you're just taking the pressure off his back for everything he's going through at the time. You go to Bahamas, you're excited, you're having fun, both of you are having fun, and then you come back home. So this is where shit goes left. Yeah, this is where shit goes left. So at this time, it's maybe about a week since you guys came back from your trip, and you go through your phone and you see you have all these index card videos. So you're like, you know what? Let me just put together this video. The index card challenge is pretty popular. I'm just going to put this video together, and then I'm going to have him post it on his page because, you know, it probably do a little bit of numbers and it'll bring a lot of traffic to his page, and that traffic will, you know, it'll probably convert into clients, and clients will convert into coins. Okay. So, you know, do a little bit of numbers because, you know, a woman spending money or flying out a man is just like, who does that? So, you know, that would bring traffic. It'll do a little bit of numbers. So you thought wrong. So your boyfriend at the time posts the video, and day by day, the views skyrockets. It goes from 300,000, 500,000, all the way up to 10 million views. So you and your man is here wondering why this video is going so viral. Because in the beginning, you were getting really, really, really good comments. Like, you had a lot of good comments. But then the bad ones came. The bad ones came rolling in. And then you start realizing why this was going so viral. It was going viral because they were coming at your man's reaction, girl. Or the reaction he didn't have. Because your man's reaction was nonchalant. Your man didn't really have a reaction because every time your man pick a card and it said you're going to Bahamas or it said first class, there was no smile. It was just, oh. And everybody was like, are you, what? Girl, you might want to get a new man. So you're just here getting dragged in the comments being told that you need a new man. Yeah. Now, you could kind of understand why the people in the comments were so mad and annoyed at your man's reaction at the time, because a lot of women would not do that. A lot of women wouldn't even buy a 4 for $4 for a nigga. And here this woman go, here you go. Mind you, there's no occasion. You're doing this just because you want to see your man happy, just because you want to make your man's life just a little easier. And that's his reaction. So they're mad for you. They're bad for you and they want better for you. So you could kind of understand why. But at the time, you thought you knew your man. You're just like, no. But you didn't know your man. You didn't. So as you in them comments, sticking by your man, sticking up for your man, just for a year later, during your last argument, after you break up with him, he looks you in your face and he says, what the fuck have you ever done for me? Your face. Mind you, he's saying this with the almost $10,000 pendant chain dangling from his neck. So you point at the chain, he looks at the chain and he looks you in your face again, screams and says, yeah, because that's the only shit you got right in this relationship. He says that to you. After all this, he says that to you. So yeah. Put a finger down. It's just me. Yeah.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And I do have to pose the question, is this really what women are out here doing for men? What about the days when men were the one that were out here trying to impress women? What about the days when men were the one doing all of these stuff, booking flight, booking the best room, trying to impress a woman the best that they can? Ladies, this is not what we're doing. And if I urge you ladies, if this is what y'all doing, y'all literally need to stop it ASAP. And I truly feel like no masculine man would be okay with this. And I know I misspoke because we already know that these male are anything but masculine, but we're just gonna go with a narrative that they continue to put out here, right? We already know they're always calling themselves alphas. Ladies, like I said, this is not what y'all should be doing. Y'all shouldn't be out here booking flight for any man. If this male is sad, he's a grown-ass man, he should find a way to figure it out. It is not your responsibility for you to make this man happy. He had to get off his ass and do it himself, whether business is going good, whether business is going bad. Unfortunately, being an entrepreneur, I can tell you guys for a fact that that's exactly what happened when you're a business owner. Some seasons are better than others. So for you as a woman to go out of your way to spend almost $10,000 on this ungrateful ass man, because y'all saw him in the clip. Y'all saw every time she tend to record it, he was either not interested or he was on his phone. And even though she didn't really come out here and say that he was cheating, I can assure you guys that he was. And I can assure you guys also that the woman that he was so interested in texting on the phone, I can assure you guys that she wasn't putting in this amount of effort that this woman were doing. But nonetheless, guys, after this whole thing, like she said, it went so viral. Naturally, a lot of people were in her comment section. You guys just heard her finish off that first video by saying that once they had their last argument, which was basically the straw that broke the camel's back, she said this male had the audacity to open up his filthy mouth and ask her, what did you ever do for me in a relationship? Because we already know these male, one of the favorite stuff that they like to be asking black women, and I emphasize on black women because we already know they will go to these other group of women, and the only thing that these other group of women have to bring to the relationship is their non-blackness. But when it comes to you as a black woman, they want to know what you bring to the table. They want to know how you're going to take care of them. They want to know literally everything that you're going to provide to them in a relationship, not really knowing that stuff that a woman provides in a relationship, there's stuff that can't be bought with any amount of money. But nonetheless, these males aren't smart. They will never know anything about that. So naturally, one person went into her comment section and told her, well, after he responded and asked her, well, what did you ever do for me in a relationship? She said this male was wearing a $10,000 chain that she bought for him. Like, ladies, what are y'all doing? And if you do want to spoil your man with anything on a special occasion, do you guys not have their card for those special occasions? Well, I guess it's just me. Nonetheless, this is what she responded when someone asked her, I hope you took that chain back.
Okay, and for the people asking if I got my chain back, unfortunately, I did not get my chain back. In the midst of us arguing, I asked him, can I get my chain back? Since obviously I don't do shit for you, let me get the chain back. And he just went mute. And it's funny because throughout this whole process, I really had the urge to pull that shit out his neck, because as it's dangling on his neck, like my fingers was tingling and I wanted to pull it off his neck so bad. But in the midst of this, in the back of my mind, I'm like, this man is driving. Not only is this man driving, I kind of know him. Like, he has fast reflexes. We both box, mind you. He has fast reflexes. If I go and try to grab this chain, two things is either going to happen. He's either going to swerve and we're going to get into an accident, or he's going to hit me and we're going to have a whole DV situation. And it really was not worth. And honestly, it really was not worth it. I'm just like, because if he hits me, it's going down in this motherfucking car. And I had a list of clients. It was just so much going through my mind that I'm just like, trying to pull this chain is probably not the best idea. So I'm like, I bet you can hold that chain, but I'm gonna make sure, since you don't want to give it back, because, like I said, you don't appreciate shit that I do for you, so why you have the chain on? And he wears that shit proudly. So I'm just like, I bet I'm going to make sure that every time you wear that chain, people know how you got that chain and people know the story behind that chain. So keep wearing that shit proudly. Just go ahead. Keep wearing it. So no. Yeah. And I'm going to insert the chain right here. I'm going to move to the side. I'm going to insert the chain right here. This is the chain that I got. And yeah, he can wear it proudly, but he just know, anytime y'all see that mother chain, you gonna always think of me, bitch. All right? And you wearing that chain is gonna be an embarrassment, okay? Like, you fucked up when you had a good woman, a great woman, and you decided to disrespect her in many ways, even after I practically begged you not to. You fucked up. And these are your repercussions. These are your consequences. So keep wearing that chain. This is the chain. Put it back up. This is it. And that's his business name engraved.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, guys, unfortunately, ladies, this is exactly what you guys are going to continue to receive. Because if you start out any type of relationship, whether this is a platonic relationship, whether it's a sentimental relationship, if you start off a relationship with this type of foundation, especially with a man, unfortunately, this is what's going to happen throughout your entire relationship, because there's no way you as a woman, it is not your job for you to come out here and make this man come out of the funk that he's seen. Like I mentioned previously, you're a grown-ass man, go and figure it out. Like I said, business, they do good now. Next time, they're not doing so well. Oh well, get over it. Nonetheless, guys, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this woman coming out here, letting it be known to the world that she was basically taking care of this man throughout their relationship, only for him then to have the audacity to ask her, well, what did you ever do for me in this relationship? And like I said, even though she didn't really say that he cheated on her, I can assure you guys that he did, because oftentimes, because these women be acting as if these male are the prize in the relationship, unfortunately, these male feel like because these women have low self-esteem, they can go out here, cheat on them, and these women are still going to stay in the relationship, because we have seen it over and over, right? Nonetheless, what are your thoughts and opinion, or please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
Black women, it's time to hold ourselves accountable, because we are reaping what we sowed. We have lied and gassed black men up for centuries, letting them think that they are kings with no kingdoms, letting them think that they are the emperor when they are naked. And now we are dealing with the consequences of those actions. Instead of being honest with black men and requiring them to do better for not only themselves, but the community that they helped create, we have allowed them to tear it apart and then put it back together quietly behind their backs, and then still let them get the credit for it.